Hey everyone, hey Gemini, welcome to my channel, welcome to my space. This is Earthchild Tarot. This is going to be a reading regarding spirits and ghosts, as you can see in the thumbnail. I just thought that I'd, touch on these topics. This is not necessarily something that's supposed to guide you, not necessarily spiritual guidance. It can be, but as a spiritual guide in a way, I do believe in the spirit realm, okay? And this reading is for those of you who have had spiritual encounters, or you've had visitations, you've seen apparitions, or had some type of haunting or ghostly encounter, or, excuse me, certain spirits, or one single spirit living in your home that won't leave, or a spirit that you may have connected with. Some of you guys may have had an invisible friend growing up, and then, maybe other people thought it was an invisible friend, but to you it wasn't. It was actually a spirit. So it could be passed on loved ones, angels, demons, pesty spirits, earth spirits, fire spirits, water spirits, air spirits, protectors. It just depends on what you have dealt with in your life in your past. And this is also for those of you who are currently experiencing these apparitions, or ghosts or spirits that may be wandering around your home or on your land, or bothering you when you're sleeping, giving you nightmares. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are spirits of light, some of them are dark spirits. Okay, so this could be spiritual guidance for some of you depending on what comes out, but mostly it's just about understanding the experience that you had, or the experience that you're having, and possibly maybe to find out what you need to do if this is a darker entity that you need to get rid of. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it, Gemini. This is not going to resonate for all of you because these are general messages. I will be giving more messages like this in the future. This will become a series of some, at some point. But obviously, this is not going to resonate with all of you at once, or it's not going to resonate with all of you 100%. So just bear that in mind. If it doesn't resonate, feel free to check out your other signs, or just disregard this reading completely. Okay, it's totally fine. So let's see, Gemini. For all signs of Gemini, universe, source, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, earth spirits, earth guides, earth guardians, please come before us to speak to all signs of Gemini, all of my beautiful Gemini people, regarding ghostly encounters, spiritual encounters, spirits of light and dark, spirits of fire, earth, water, or air, passed on loved ones. For my beautiful Gemini people, whether they dealt with it in their past or in their present time. For my beautiful Gemini people. Also, you guys, this wall is very thin, so there are people next door renovating their home. So if you hear banging or if you hear talking, that's what's going on over there. Okay, but it shouldn't happen too often throughout the reading. So the card that you received first, we're going to pull oracle messages first. We have about 4 oracle messages to pull, and then we're going to get into the tarot later. Okay, but you have a mandrake, and it says impassive. Impassive. So it seems like for some of you, Gemini, there is some type of a spirit there. This can just be residual energies, okay? This can be residual energies from a person who lived in your home before you moved in. This can be residual energies from a city, or just people from a different time. Impassive, it just seems that there is a lack of could be a lack of energy, but just a lack of emotion. There could be a spirit there that's making you feel impassive in some type of way. They want you to feel this way. There's just a lack of emotion, or a lack of soul here. And I don't really feel like it's good or bad, but I'm just getting like residual energies. Okay, you could live in a place where you may hear sounds, you may feel a certain type of way, but it's not like it's an entity that is aware. You know, it's not something, it's not a being, it's more of energies that were left behind by souls who passed away a long time ago. Or it could be energies that were left behind from the people who lived in your house or lived on your land. And if they passed away, they, whether it was recently or a long time ago, you're just kind of feeling that energy. And others of you, I know this says impassive, but I also see the word impasse. I think I'm saying that right, where it's like where you live, or where you lived, if this is a past situation, or wherever you, whether you were living there or staying there, what have you, or you worked in this city or country, there was something about there being a means of transportation for many spirits. I'm also getting that as well. For some of you, this residual energy, or if you're living in a haunted space, it's very old. I wouldn't say ancient. Some of you guys, it could be ancient, but others of you, I would say it's as old as maybe 400 years, 500 years. Huh. Bottom of the deck, we have Yarrow for you, Gemini, and it says expulsion. So again, I'm still getting like multiple energies for some of you, where you live, multiple ghosts, multiple spirits. Yarrow is a very special plant. And for it to say expulsion here, yeah, this is an energy that either it doesn't really like you being there, or the energies don't make you feel welcome there, because again, there may be some ancient energies where you live, and it may be a very hostile type of environment, or it was at a certain time, and maybe your city or your house or what have you, your town was built on this land, and it might be a bit hostile. There may be some earth spirits for some of you. I'm also feeling water spirits for some of you, that they don't really like that they have to share land with you, with humans. Could be fairies, but could be a lot of things, a lot of spirits, but I'm still getting residual energy for some of you, for people who have died or passed away or were buried on that land. They may not be there like in spirit, but their energy is left behind. Very, very interesting. So there, I'm just getting that maybe where you live, it just feels hostile and energetically, or where you stayed in the past, it was just hostile and energetically. But others of you, maybe you need to get rid of this spirit, because again, I'm not feeling evil energy for a lot of you. I'm just feeling energies that are just not really welcome. They're not welcoming you, or you just don't, you don't want them to be in your home or on your land. You kind of just want to live in peace without dealing with this type of energy, because it doesn't necessarily have much to do with you. You know what I mean? These are just souls or spirits or energies that have been around for a long time, or this residual energy has been here for a very long time, and it needs to go somewhere, right? Could be that. So let's go ahead and see, Gemini, a little bit more. For those of you who are interested in the cards that I'm using, or the decks that I use, I will list their names in the description box below. For those of you who are just interested in what they're called, and if you want to purchase them, you can go to the merchants who sell them if you're interested in them. Okay, so let's see, Gemini, for the ghosts, for this impassive ghost energy or spirit energy for you. What does this mean for Gemini in passive for this ghost or spirit or entity they've dealt with or are currently dealing with? Yeah, okay, so we have sadness. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have growth. So again, it's very, I feel like it's very ancient. Okay, when I see growth, I feel a seed being like coming out of the ground. So this is energy regarding, I see this as burial. Okay, I see this as a burial ground, a burial mound. Very, very old energy. And some of you guys is very ancient energy. It's just a land that you live on. With this sadness card, there is an energy, a ghost, an entity. I just get that they passed away, or these are a lot of other people who died or were buried on your land. And this doesn't have to be where you live. This can be at a grandparent's house. When you go visit them, you feel kind of like hostile, or you feel a sense of sadness, or you just feel kind of like you have a lack of energy, or you just kind of feel like there's no emotion. You just feel kind of dead inside or depressed. For some of you, like there's no anger, there's no happiness. There's just kind of this sadness there, this melancholy energy. For some of you, this can be at an aunt's house, a sibling's house. This can just be a place, maybe you don't live there, but it's somewhere in your town. Maybe it's a park or a place where you go for a walk, or you walk your dog, or, you know, wherever. It just really depends. But it's not really happy energy. But it's not angry either. It's not, again, I was saying hostile, but maybe it's not as hostile. It just doesn't feel like, it's not a place where you want to stay, you know? And it's probably because there's a spirit there. Their soul has kind of been ingrained in the soil, been ingrained in the land there. So the trees, they're in the trees, they're in the grass, they're in the flowers. It's like their soul, or maybe it's like a whole city that was destroyed, or that died a long time ago on your land or on your family's land, whether you live there or not. And others of you, these are your land. If you live wherever you live, or wherever a family member lives or a friend lives, whenever you go over there, you just kind of feel like there's just a bunch of souls, like there's a bunch of energy just passing through. It's almost like it's a highway or a bridge. It's like a portal. And some of you, there's a burial ground somewhere. Okay, on that land. Interesting. Let's see here, you guys. We're going to pull 2 more oracle messages, and then we're going to dig into the tarot to see a little bit more about what this is talking about for you, Gemini. For my beautiful Gemini people, universe, source, spirit guides, for their spirit and ghostly encounters with unknown entities of light and dark. What does this impassive energy mean? What does this sadness energy mean? For my beautiful Gemini people. Okay, so you have trickster. It's interesting, there's a lot of people who actually got this card, but again, we're talking about spirit, so there could be a lot of people who are dealing with like a trickster energy. This person who died, or this entity here, they may be an entity of the land that you're on. And I'm just getting, oh, okay, I don't know why I keep getting water, but some of you guys, you're dealing with a soul or a spirit that drowned on your land. Doesn't necessarily have had to happen recently. It could have just happened a long time ago. And this soul just kind of wanders around. Some of you guys they find a way into your house, or they find a way onto your land. And sometimes when their energy is, or when they're around, their energy is just so strong, it just causes this really sad, depressed energy. This soul may have died gruesomely, or they died, or it's multiple of them. It could have been a flood years and years and years ago on your land. And there are still some souls that are left behind, kind of stuck. Now, we do have air. So some of you guys, when the wind blows, all right, or when it's a certain season, this soul feels amplified, and you can feel the energy very strong. All right. But even when I see air, I just feel someone drowned. Someone like a loss of oxygen, couldn't breathe. Others of you, now that this is not an ancient soul, there could be two spirits where there was a murder on your land, or in your city where there was a murderer who killed a bunch of people or killed one person. I'm getting somebody got hanged, somebody got strangled, okay, to death, and they're very, very sad. And there could still be like the person who killed this person, they're also still, they're not alive, but their soul is still roaming around your area too. It's interesting. It's like there's a group of souls or a group of people who died. But I'm still getting old energy, okay? For a lot of you. That may not resonate with everyone, but I'm still getting like this happened like the earliest that this could have happened, what I'm picking up on is like 1950s. That would be the latest. I mean, the earliest. I'm sorry, the latest that this could have happened for some of you or a lot of you. Like this is the earliest that I'm picking up on is 1950s. And it's interesting, this says creativity at the bottom. So it could be that this was a very ancient people, and they were very creative in how they lived, okay, before their way of life was changed forever and destroyed. And this is just like reflective of the energy on your land where you live, or where your family member lives, or a friend lives. But others of you, maybe there is a soul who passed away, who killed a bunch of people or killed someone, and their ghost is still roaming around. And but they were very creative. Some of you guys, this could have been a serial killer in your town. This could have been a serial killer, and their soul is still roaming around in darkness and sadness for what they've done. And they kind of carry this this emotion. They don't have emotions. They don't have a heart. They didn't have a soul when they were alive. So that's what I'm getting to for some of you. And you feel that. All right, so one more oracle message, Gemini, for your spirit and ghostly encounters in your past or currently now. Spirit guides, what messages do you have for this impassive energy, this sadness, and this trickster energy for all signs of Gemini and their spirit or ghostly encounters in their lives of different entities, whether in their past or in their present moments? My beautiful Gemini people. Okay, so we have White Witch, be the light. Some of you all live on land where witchcraft was practiced regularly, or whether it was practiced regularly in secret or in public, or this is a very ancient time for some of you, long time ago. There may be a witch or a mystic who died on your land, and their soul has been so sad for so long that they kind of turned into just trickster energy, and they kind of cause some bad things to happen because they're still seeking revenge on your city or on your government, or, you know, could be attached to your family. I don't know. And then we have the stag at the bottom of the deck, and it says trust and thrive. So this spirit or this ghost, okay, this ghost really does, they want to find a way out, but they're still triggered by how they died. Others of you, Gemini, you might actually be of assistance to this spirit in getting them to go to the light. Some of you guys have spoken to this spirit. You know who this spirit is, and you can actually help them. It's like they're kind of roaming around in circles. They go through one portal, but then they find themselves back on your land. They need to move on. They need to move on. Some of you guys actually do practice witchcraft. You might be able to help this spirit move on if you decide to take on that responsibility. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and dig into the tarot, you guys. I'm going to pull 3 tarot messages or 3 tarot cards, and then we're going to clarify them just to dig a little bit deeper about this trickster energy, this white witch, impassive, or the mandrake herb, and sadness. What does this mean for my beautiful Gemini people, all signs of Gemini, regarding this ghostly or spirit encounter that they've had in their past or in their present moments? Some of you guys, this spirit has been around for a while. They know a lot. They know a lot when it comes to witchcraft or when it comes to mysticism or spirituality. They really do. You may actually have a spirit in your home who's helping souls pass through your land. Like it's like a highway of spirits, and this spirit is helping them pass through. So they may be protecting your home while this is happening as best they can. Some of you guys are witches. You have the rite of passage of magic, and you would actually be able to help. Others of you, you're psychics, or you're a psychic medium. You're a clairvoyant, whether you say that out loud to yourself or not. Others of you, this is actually, you're dealing with a witch who died, or a group of witches who died. Some of you guys are dealing with an earth spirit for sure, or multiple earth spirits, but there was someone here in the past. There was a king here, or some type of a ruler or government official. Very stubborn person, very controlling, who kind of took this person's life. And this person may still be wandering around looking for this government official to do the same thing to them that they did to this person who passed away. But again, with the High Priestess here, with this Pisces energy, you, Gemini, may actually be, this is for those of you who are mystics and you are witches, or you're psychics, or you're clairvoyant, or you can see spirits. You're not afraid of this spirit, or the universe is just advising that you not be afraid of this spirit. It can't hurt you. It's not trying to. It's just trying to seek revenge on regarding what happened to them. And bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So this person could have been a jack of all trades. They could have been, they could have had a lot of skills before they died, or they did the best that they could in their lives to make ends meet. I'm also getting that there may have been a tribe of people on your land, or on a plot of land that you were on or lived on, and these people they had a lot of riches, they had a lot of maybe gold, they had a lot of resources, and they may have had a chief or some type of a person who was, and they followed their own form of spirituality, but there may have been someone who tried to come along and destroy that. Like, you see how these people are getting off of this ship and this person is welcoming them to some degree, but that could have happened to this person. There could also be a person who died who's trying to get your attention, and they're saying, hey, when you moved into your home, or you moved onto that land when you were a kid with your parents, or when you were an adult with your own family, could have been that this person was really trying to get your attention, because they're like, you can help us somehow. You can get more information on what happened to us. Let's clarify these cards, Gemini. Clarify these cards for my beautiful Gemini people. There could, again, back to the murdering situation, there's someone who got murdered on your land or in your city, and they're really trying to get your attention, and they're just like, can you please help me be found? Can you please help get more information on me? Or maybe this happened in the past. Yeah, we have the Eight of Swords here. Some of you guys may feel that this spirit is here to hurt you, but they're not. They're here to warn you, or they're here to tell you that they need help. Others of you, this is a ghost again who was, or many, many people who died on your land a long time ago, and there was someone who came to your land a long time ago. And again, this is very residual energy for a lot of you, but these people who came to the land where you live, they were very skeptical or very scared of these people who were already there. This could be indigenous land wherever you live, and these people were not trying to hurt these newcomers at all. They were, but for some reason, out of the fear of these newcomers, they ended up just destroying or taking over this land that didn't belong to them or something. It's like these people had no reason to be afraid when they came to this land or this plot of land that you live on, but they had no reason to be afraid of these native people or afraid of this person. And again, I'm still getting this murderer situation. Somebody got murdered. I can't repeat that enough. Somebody really pretended like, oh, you can trust me, It's really sad. I'm just getting really sad energy. Like, this is someone who got killed by someone they thought that they can trust. This person really gained their trust. Okay, we have the Emperor here. So this is definitely a government official. This is definitely a king. A ruler. Someone who took charge. But they really took charge in a very terrible way. They were a nightmare to these people. Or to this person. I'm also getting a father who killed his daughter. This could be a girl, a female, who got killed. This could be a husband or a wife someone who killed their wife. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So a lot of time has gone by since this person has died on your land or on your property. They may show themselves in dreams or when you're asleep, or you really feel sad at night because they may have gotten killed at night. Okay? Wow, you guys, Gemini, that's a lot for those of you who are dealing with this encounter or did. So those are your messages, Gemini. I hope that it made sense to one of you. Much love and light to all of you, Gemini. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, Gemini.